All right, and we are recording. Hello, everybody. Hank back again with another video. It's been a while since I uploaded one. Just mostly just kind of been putting it off, and I'll do it the next day. But back finally doing it, getting it done. This is going to be my review of MEPS. When I went in MEPS, it was the hotel Wednesday night, Thursday morning. We got up for MEPS. I believe it was in February. Can't remember the exact date. I think it was mid-February. Obviously now it's into April, so a little bit behind, but no big deal. And camera's a little wonky just because got my notes right here on my iPad. So, all right. So the way we did it is, I'll go back and start from the beginning. But how I did it was, the first thing I did was vision test. The first one, we had two visions tests. The first one was colorblind. The first one was a colorblind test. Second, then I did a medical briefing. Everybody had to be in the classroom. Third was the urinalysis. Finally, I got to go to the bathroom. Number 4 was blood drawn. Oh, wait. No. Okay, so 4, I was in line for blood. Got pulled to go to do the doctor's interview. So I did an interview with the doctor. She asked me some questions. Then I got back in line for blood, did blood, went to do the physical, where they check everything. They look at, you got to pull your pants down, all that. And then the underwear Olympics after that. And it was kind of everybody was out in the area. Sorry if you guys hear that noise in the background. It's my cats. They're chasing each other and playing. But, yeah, so it was one big room that we did the underwear Olympics in, and then one by one they were pulling people into the physical room. They had 2 rooms, so they were doing 2 at a time. After that, then I did a hearing test, and then I did my second vision test, which I don't have any notes on what it was, but I think it was the depth perception. Yeah, because I remember looking at pictures, and it was how far away it was, the depth and stuff. And then after that, did everything else, met with my liaison, went to lunch, came back, got everything in my contract squared away, and then everything was good from there. So let's go back to the beginning. So I have here, number 1, the bed was not comfy, because in my previous video, when I did a review at the hotel and dinner and stuff like that, I said, oh, I hope the bed's comfy and everything like that, or it looks comfy. It wasn't. Me and my roommate, he was prior service. He was going back into the National Guard for a year or 2 or something like that, and he didn't fall asleep till about midnight. I didn't fall asleep till closer to 1, and then we got back up at about. I got up at 3:30, 3:45, did my shower and everything like that. And then he slept in a little bit and then did his shower after mine. Then we went down, we ate breakfast. I had oatmeal, a little bit of brown sugar, just a little bit, just like a couple pinches of your finger. So it wasn't much, but it was something, so it wasn't as bland. What else did I have? I had water. And a banana, and I had a banana. I was gonna have an orange, but it wasn't gonna be worth it. I didn't want the acidity in my belly or anything like that. So, no orange juice, nothing like that. Just had oatmeal, banana, and some water. So after that, we all lined up. They actually had 2 separate lines. They had one line for everybody who was doing MEPS and then only swearing in, and then they had the other line of people who were shipping out. So, and there was only a couple people shipping out, so I don't really know what they did. But now with all this COVID-19 and all this stuff, my ship date's still May 5th, but with all this going on, since I'm the reserves, normally I would be taken to the airport and just, boom, done. Now I have to go to MEPS, I have to get all this screening, and I really don't even know what to expect, honestly, because it's probably going to be totally different. I'm probably going to have to get screened before I even go into the hotel. Which maybe not, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, so now I have to go to MEPS to ship out to the airport. So May 5th is when I'm shipping out. I think, what's today? Today is April 25th, I believe. Yep, Saturday, April 25th. So But no, we're here for a MEPS review, not what I'm doing. So after the vision test, oh wait, I'm scatterbrained. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So let's go back to where we were. So there was 2 lines for the shippers and then the people doing MEPS. Then we got on the bus. They drove us over from the hotel to MEPS. It was about, I want to say it was probably about 4:30ish, 4:35 in the morning. So, and I 100% recommend getting up, taking a shower in the morning. I don't care if you only get 2 hours of sleep. Trust me, get up, take that shower, get a couple of bottles of waters the night before you go to bed, and then that way you can have them in the fridge. So you wake up, you grab your stuff, go in the bathroom, bring your bottle of water. You could drink a bottle of water while you're in the shower. So boom, then you're getting hydrated, and you're going to the bathroom a couple times before you go to MEPS, and then drink another bottle of water, whatever, at breakfast. So now we are on the bus on our way to MEPS. We get there. Some guy gets on the bus. He got on the bus. He just gave us a briefing of what was going to go on. Go inside. You're going to go through the metal detector. They're going to, X-ray, whatever. Then you're going to. He told us exactly what to do. How to go down the hallway. Take a left. Then go down here. Stop in here. Put your bag in here. Come back out. Take a left. Go down. And just a bunch of nonsense. But pay attention. Stuff like that. Excuse me, if somebody comes on the bus and is talking to you, don't be on your phone, don't do nothing. Pay attention to what he's saying, because he's saying it for a reason. So you don't get yelled at while you're at MEPS. Because there was a few people that got yelled at MEPS, and one time it was me. I was doing pretty good about not talking and stuff like that, but then, it was getting later on in the test, like closer to here when I was doing blood and the underwear Olympics. It's getting closer to the afternoon. People are getting done with stuff, and just talking and getting loud and shit like that. So it is what it is. But okay, so he gave us the briefing on the bus. We got off the bus. We all formed the line. You went through. They got you into MEPS. And then they separated the ship. See, this is where the shippers went separate. I don't know what they did. And I don't recall seeing any of them at the end of the day. So I'm sure they probably did a little thing, had to do some stuff, got squared away, and then they probably got shipped off to the airport to go to basic. So, man, what was one guy's name? His last name was Sanders, and some guy that goes, "Oh, I can't wait to call you Colonel Sanders," and he goes, "Too bad the Navy doesn't have that rank." And then the other dude just kind of shut up. I was like, "Oh, well, hey, you took your shot." So, but anyways, okay, moving on. So when we got through into MEPS, everybody got sent back to the medical like room. So they have MEPS at the Detroit MEPS. When you walk in, it's the front desk and where you put your bags and your coat and all that, so you can't have your phone and anything like that on you. And sorry, cat's over there playing, but you can't have your phone or anything like that. Just keep your wallet on you. Then and they have chairs and stuff and TVs on the wall and stuff like that, just kind of a waiting area, kind of like that. And then you go back in through this other door, and it's a whole nother building, and it's got all these different rooms for the hearing test, drawing your blood, piss test, medical, all this, vision test. So after that, we all were back there. We went to the front desk. We checked in. We gave them my name. They asked us some questions that, like, what's your eye color? What's your hair color? Just simple stuff like, what's your eye color? Know your eye color. That's it. Don't say any wrong answers. That's it. What's your hair color? Just little stuff like that. I don't remember what else they asked me, but it was literally just stuff you should know. Like, they might ask you your full name, first, middle, last. Stop. Noel, please. Sorry. So then everybody was situated, and what I did first was the vision test, the colorblind test. So we went in, and you can be a little bit relaxed. You don't have to be a straight up robot soldier. You don't have to do nothing like that, because I did. I didn't want to get yelled at or anything like that. I was just trying to do the right thing the whole time. And one of the guys in an army uniform, when I went in there, he was like, he asked me some questions, and I answered him like yes sir, yes sir, and stuff like that. And he's like, okay, you don't got to be a fucking robot. And I was like, okay, sorry, man. But then they had this thing. You press your head against it. You look through the eye holster things or whatever you want to call them, and it's letters. So my first time, he asked me to read line 7. I remember it specifically. It was line 7, and I tried to. I don't know. He don't even know what I said because I said some off the wall shit that I thought was letters and whatever, and they weren't. So then I went back up and I read line 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I went back down to 7, and for some reason that helped. So, you know, if you're in there and they ask you to read line 7, 8, or something like that, and they say, "What did you just say?" or "That's not right," and just hey, ask. Why not? Hey, can I read line 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then see if my eyes adjust? They're either going to say, "Nope, get out of here," or they might give you a chance. So that might show them that, hey, this guy really wants to try and get through. So it's a possibility, but remember, MEPS is not your friend. Just remember that. That's just a simple fact. They'll be nice, but all you have to do is just be nice back, you know, and answer questions honestly. So after the colorblind test, I did good on that. After he let me redo the lines 1, 2, 3, and 4, or after I did those, then I redid line 7, and I got line 7, then he covered one eye, and then it was weird, because, like, I was looking forward, but I could see him with my peripheral, and you'll just have to read with your peripherals, or that might have been the second vision test. I don't remember. I think it was the first one, because I think the second was only a depth perception. But anyways, moving on. That was my first vision test. And the second thing I did, this was the medical briefing. Everybody went into the classroom. They, we had to go over some paperwork, and they specifically told us how to write the date in military time, or not military time, but how the military writes the date, the year, month, day, or the year, day, month, whichever one it is. I'm obviously still learning. You know, I'm gonna have a little bit of a rude awakening in a couple of weeks at reception and basic, but I don't think it's gonna be too bad. Main thing I've been working on is running, because at reception, that roughly week, 2 days to 8 days or whatever, however long you're there, some people will be there 2 days, some 8, you're going to get all the soldier's creed, the army song, the general orders, the rank structure. You're going to get all that shit drilled into your head, and plus you're going to have time to actually study and review it. So I'm not really worried about that. You know, if I get there and don't know it, I'm not going to be alone. And if I am, I'll be surprised. But I'm not worried about that. What I was worried about was running, push-ups, sit-ups, planks for my core. Those were the things that I would recommend working on. You know, just make sure at least once a day, whether you get up early, go do your run, you do it in the middle of the afternoon, late evening, or at night, you got to do a run. Like with me, I just can't do it at night because the gyms are closed right now due to the COVID. But you know, I can still go out and run. I do I do push-ups, sit-ups, planks, everything here. But yeah, the more you do at home and before you go to basic, the more sore you're going to be at home, but the less sore you're going to be at basic. And that's the way you need to look at it. Like, nobody's going to be perfect going into basic, but you don't want your first time running, doing push-ups, doing sit-ups, anything. You don't want your first time at basic, because you might get through the first day. But that next morning when you wake up for PT, you're going to be fucking miserable. Your belly's going to be hurting because your abs are sore, your shoulders, your back, your triceps, your biceps, forearm, everything, chest. It's all going to be sore. And you're going to have to do it all again, and maybe more. You might be getting smoked worse today. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to go on. So I really, really recommend, and you don't have to go out, I'm not saying go out and run 5 miles a day, do 1,000 push-ups, 1,000, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying start off. Start off by doing 50 push-ups a day for a week, then bump it up to 75 a day, then 100, then go up to 150, 200. Work your way up, because if you just start off, and because I watched a Matt Ward video. He's a guy I follow on here, pretty big military review YouTuber guy. And he goes, start off by doing this many push-ups a day. And me personally, I've never done push-ups. I don't do push-ups. Even in high school, I didn't do push-ups. But, and I'm 25, so I've been out of high school 7, 8 years now. So Push-ups, sit-ups, not really. Sit-ups we did in high school and stuff like that, but push-ups I never did. So push-ups were new to me. I'm up to about 150, 175, I think, a day. So I'm doing okay, but it is what it is. You know, if you got 2 weeks before you ship out, start off with 25 a day. If you've never done them, start off with, well, no, I take that back, excuse me. Start off with 45 a day, and then every day up it by 10. So if you did 45 on Monday, do 55 on Tuesday, then 65 on Wednesday, and just keep going up and just keep working and working and working. Same with sit-ups and running. You know, if you're only doing a little bit of running, what am I talking about? This ain't even part of fucking MEPS. But take that advice. Take that advice if you'd like, or don't. But I'm just trying to help. Just because I've never done push-ups. But anyways, let's get back to MEPS. So they did the medical briefing. After we did our paperwork, we had to go over some stuff. They told you if you lie or whatever. They told you if you lie, you're going to go to jail and stuff like that. Don't lie. But, you know, and I said it in a previous video, my knee and my arm, I had scars. My arm, a bone popped out. It was broke. Yeah, I can't lie about that. My knee, I had a rebuilt knee, my right knee. So those are two scars I had to say something about. But I mean, I've never had a concussion. But if you've had a concussion and it was years ago, 10, 15 years ago or something like that, or even 5 years ago, and you've never had any head injury or anything like that, I'm not going to say don't tell them, but that'll be your choice, how you feel. Like I said, I've never had a concussion, so I couldn't really put myself in that position. Can you stop, please? Oh, my God, my cats. But I can't put myself in that position because I've never had one. But like with my knee, I've had surgery on it. Can you stop making noise, please? Thank you. Excuse me, sorry. I'm going to have to edit the shit out of this video. But like my knee, I had surgery on it. There's scars where they drilled into it. So yeah, I told them about it. But I got the waiver for it. Everything's good. And in that medical briefing, at the end of it, when they were releasing people, you had to do a breathalyzer and your blood pressure. Breathalyzer, fine. I didn't drink, and a lot of people going in are usually under 21, so they won't drink. And if you do, don't. And if you did ever drink underage and they ask if you've ever drank, say no. They don't need to know that. There's no way they're ever going to be able to find out that, oh, this one time this person drank in a field or was drunk out at a bonfire. And they're never going to be able to find out about that, so you don't need to tell them. But after the breathalyzer went through, they did my blood pressure. Now, my pulse was too high. It needed to be 100 or lower, and it was 105. I had to use the bathroom really bad because I drank all that water that in the morning and only went to the bathroom a couple times, and then it just built up the whole bus ride and while I was sitting in the briefing and all that other stuff. So I essentially, my pulse was too high, so they were good. They told me they were going to check it later on in the day, which they did. And then after that, they released me, and where did I go? I think I went straight and got in the urinalysis line just because I had to go. And me and this other guy, he pulled us in there. So we went in, and it's stalls, not urinals, it's stalls with open doors. And he was behind us. We had our backs to him. We went in there. We unscrewed the cap, set the cap down. We got ready to go to the bathroom first with our pants and everything. Set the lid on top of the back of the toilet and used the cup, pissed in the cup, set the cup up there, put the lid back on, and once the lid was back on, you could finish going to the bathroom. It's a lot laid back versus the other videos I've seen from different MEPS. So Detroit MEPS was a little bit laid back, I felt like. But after that, then you come back and you wait in line, which there's only two guys, but the other guy was ahead of me. So he got to set his first. He set it up there. He signed some labels to put on saying this was his piss, and it's whatever. And he put that guy behind the desk did all his stuff, and then it was my turn. I did the same thing and stuff like that. And then after that, I left there, so urinalysis was done. And then I got in the line to give blood, and I was ninth. I specifically remember I was the ninth chair. And then, so it was kind of like a zigzag. You know, you move down the chairs, then you go up one row, then you go this way, then you go up one row, and that way. Well, I got all the way to where I was next in line to give blood, and then I got pulled to do the doctor interview. So I was next in line to give blood after I waited 8 spots, and they pulled me. So I went and did the interview with the doctor, and I'm trying to, if I remember correctly, the same lady who did my interview was the same lady who did my medical test at the end, like when I was doing the underwear Olympics to do my physical. Yeah, physical. And I went in there, I sat down, I said, she said, "Hi, how you doing?" I said, "I'm doing good, how are you doing?" "Good," just manners, being nice, not sucking up or kissing ass or anything, just being nice, friendly conversation. And she started asking me some questions, and she asked me about my arm. She goes, "Did you have any broken bones?" And I said, "Yes, one, my left forearm." And she goes, "Oh," and made something like that. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, lady, I already told my recruiter about this. You guys already know about this. But it happened in 2002, so I didn't need a waiver for it because it was so long ago. But she just did that, and it actually did catch me off guard because I wasn't ready for it, because I'm like, I've already told you. And then a couple seconds go by, and I'm like, well, they already know, so she's just trying to mess with me. So, and that's how I knew she was just trying to catch me off guard. And then she, some people might go, "Oh, well, I don't have a scar, but I did internally break my right arm," but not me. But I think that's what she was trying to do. But anyway, she asked me a few more questions just about, have you ever smoked weed? Have you ever drank? Have you ever, done this or that? Any illegal drugs? And I was like, no. So after that, I got back in line for blood, and guess what spot I was in? Ninth again. I was in the ninth chair. Then I got all the way to the front, and I went and gave blood. And this is where the same lady who checked my pulse earlier that morning, she did it again. And I don't know what it was, because I was fine. I wasn't nervous. I was doing, just doing some breathing exercises to relax myself. But I wasn't in distress or anything like that. And she goes, she put her finger on it and waited, checking it. After, it was either after or before she took my blood, but she goes, "Good enough." And I'm like, wow, okay, maybe it was like 101 or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but I appreciated it. Which I don't have high blood pressure or anything like that, so I wasn't worried about it, but it is what it is. So, after I gave, where they give blood. So normally when you give blood, if you can see, there's a vein that kind of runs right there, and they stick it in. Nope, she wiped the pad right there, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, lady, you just missed my vein. How are you gonna take blood? Nope. And then she goes, "You ready?" And then I think I was squeezing a ball or something. I did something, and she just went bloop and just shoved it right in like the crease of your elbow. So I don't know if they do that at other MEPS, but it literally hurts for a snap of a finger. So like if you close your eyes, snap of a finger, from the time you hear the sound to the time the sound's gone, that's the initial poke. That's about the best. I don't even know what you'd call that. The best. I've drawn a blank. I don't know what you'd call that. Comparison. But whatever. So after I gave blood, she sent me I had to go do my physical, and this is the underwear Olympics. So I'm going to start off this by saying the underwear Olympics, watch videos on how to do the duck walk and practice it. The only reason I say practice it was because I practiced it once and I was like, oh, this will be easy. I can take some steps, turn around and come back. Well, when I did it at MEPS, I took about 4 or 5 steps forward, and then we had to turn around and take 4 or 5 steps back. And when I got up, my right hip was really like stiff and sore. And I was just like, whoa, I've never had this feeling before. So that I just say practice it because of that. But the underwear Olympics, they had you do stuff like this, like touch your thumb to each finger and stuff like that. Put your arms out, or you can't see them, but put your arms out like this, and like touch your bend, touch your excuse God, I cannot talk. Touch your thumbs to your shoulders. I think put your arms out like this and then bring them down by your sides so they're straight. And you'll be standing, so let me try to stand. So you'll do this, and you bring them down, and you stop right before you touch your thighs. So it's just little simple stuff. Then you'll stick your toe out and wiggle it around, stick your leg out and like rotate your ankle, do the left leg. It's just it's simple stuff. But I would recommend practicing the duck walk simply because of the fact of it wasn't hard. It was just my right hip felt weird after I was done doing it because it was different. I had never done it before, so except for the one time that I tried. But it's really not hard. The underwear Olympics really are not that bad. I mean, all it was like I'm 20. I was 25 when I did it, which I'm still 25, but. I'm 25 when I did it. There was people in there that were 17 and 18, and I could see them. They were standing there like this in their underwear, all uncomfortable. I'm like, it is what it is, dude. You're gonna see a bunch of You're gonna have to see stuff like that. It just is what it is, and it's a lot different because some of these people may not have ever been on a sports team and took showers in the locker room or been in a locker room environment, where I have. Seventh grade through senior year, I was sports year round, so. I wasn't uncomfortable, but even if you are uncomfortable, just don't act like it. Just stand there. Hey, arms crossed, shoulders relaxed. Is what it is. It'll be over soon. So it's really not that bad. But listen whenever they tell you like when you're taking your clothes off, where to hang them and how to do that, because I just left my socks laying out right below where I hung my jeans up, and the guy comes in and he goes, "Whose socks are those? Why aren't they in your shoes?" And I'm just like, "Oh, they're supposed to be in our shoes?" Which I don't remember if he told me or not, but I'm sure he did. But you can always look at other people that were there, which I should have. But hey, I got yelled at, big deal. Ooh, it's going to happen in basic. But I went over there, tucked my socks in. So after the underwear Olympics, excuse me. You had to do your physical before you did your underwear Olympics, but that was the underwear Olympics. But your physical, she's just going to go in there. Like I laid down on the bed, I remember she pressed on my gut, which I'm very extremely ticklish in my, belly area. So when she was like pressing, I was like, trying not to tense up and jump or anything and trying to relax. But, honestly, the physical was not bad at all. The weirdest thing was when I had to pull my pants down and she looked in my ass. Like a chick looking in my ass, it's never happened before, so it was literally new to me. So, sorry. That was the only weird thing. But other than that, it was just a normal physical. She just looked in my ear, looked in my eyes, looked in my nose, my mouth, stuff like that. And that was pretty much it. So then after the physical, then we did the underwear Olympics and everything. So then after I passed that, it was... I got dressed and I went back out and they put me in. I did the hearing test, and the hearing test, the headphones pissed me off, and I remember it because they were like rubber dinner, like tiny rubber. You know how a dinner plate is like slightly goes in a little bit. So imagine if a dinner plate was a rubber headphone, and oh my God, it bugged me because I was messing with it the whole time. And I could not get it to where it was comfortable and I could hear good. And then I heard the guy start talking. I'm like, oh shit, now I gotta stop. So, but the vision test wasn't that bad. Obviously, I passed, but it literally is. It's just going to be a little small room. And we were on these little stools. We put the headphones on, and we had a clicker. Small little tip, might not really make a difference or anything, but use your dominant hand. If you're left-handed, put the clicker in your left hand, right hand. You might be able to reflex faster with your right than your left or whatever. But it's just going to be like this. And I really wish I wasn't doing this as late as I was, because I don't remember if it was 3 beeps or whatever, or if it was a beep or whatever it was. But anytime you hear anything, and it's a soundproof room, so you won't hear anybody else's headphones. I promise you, you won't. Because it's designed for your hearing out of these headphones. But yeah, you'll hear little beeps. You just click it. Whenever you hear beeps, and you don't click it and hold unless different MEPS do it. But mine was just click when you hear, click when you hear, click. It's as simple as that. But he'll give you a briefing, instructions on how to do it and stuff like that. So just listen, and they'll tell you how. But yeah, the headphones, I just didn't like them because they weren't comfortable, and I couldn't really like get them on my ears to where I liked it. But after the hearing test, I went and did my second vision. This is where I was talking about with the depth perception. It was the depth perception test. I really don't remember. I'm trying to remember it, but I can't, and I apologize. But my vision test was split into two, so that's about really all I can tell about that. And it was in the same room as the hearing test, because they had the hearing booth that you walked in, and then when you came out, it was a booth inside of a room, and there was some vision things, and I really wish I could remember, but I just can't. But anyway, after that, I passed the vision test. So I was done with my medical, and then I went to meet with my liaison. So whenever I went to my liaison's office, we were going over some stuff. Or no, there was somebody in front of me, and he said, "Have you eaten lunch?" And I said, "No." So he sent me to lunch. Went and ate lunch. What did they have? They had like a turkey. Get down from there, please. They had a turkey sub. I think it had some cheese on it. Turkey sub. I had a Mountain Dew to drink because I wanted a Mountain Dew, and I was going to have a Mountain Dew, so I had a Mountain Dew. A bag of Lay's chips and an apple. So, not a bad lunch. Pretty good. Then I returned. I went over my contract. I got everything that I wanted. I made sure everything was the same. And make sure, if you have a question about it, ask. Those people, they've been doing it since however long. Those people, that's their job. They do it every time somebody comes through. They put hundreds of people through, weeks, months, however many they do per week or month or whatever. But they know what they're doing. So if you have a question about something, like, hey, my recruiter said there was supposed to be a bonus. Where's my bonus that they said? Like me, I had a $7,000 bonus, so I made sure that was in there. And they'll go over stuff. But if you have a question, you'd rather ask and look stupid than not ask and miss out on some money. I promise you that. So after that, we got everything squared away, and I waited for my family to get there. They got there, I think, in about a half hour. I was just sitting around talking with my recruiter and another guy that works in his recruiting office. So then my family got there. Once everybody was all there. They took their group, the last group of people that were waiting to go into the room and swear in. We went in there. Before our families came in, a guy came in. He briefed us on what to do, how to stand at attention when he comes in and stuff like that, and what's going to happen. And then he left. All our families came in to take pictures and record or whatever they wanted to do. The guy came in. And basically we did everything. We stood at attention. We held our right hand up. We, repeated after him. And for the love of God, whenever they say, "I state your name," do not say, "I state your name." No, say, "I state your name. I, Hank Bowers," which is my name. Don't say "state your name," because I heard a dude start to say it next to me. Which is, it happens, but if you can try not to be that guy, don't be that guy or girl. But after that, we swore in. Then we followed him into another room, and I forget what he did on his computer, but he asked us. He just asked us some questions like, "Oh, what are you going into?" and this and that and stuff like that. And obviously, again, I was the last one to leave, but everything was squared away, and swore in. Got my paperwork, and I left. Had all my contract and everything, so that was MEPS. Overall experience, it was, I'd give it about a 7.5 out of 10. The bed the night before, it wasn't very comfy. The headphones on the hearing test, just little personal things, but overall, it was fun. It was a fun experience. So, I'm kind of anxious to see what's going to happen now that I have to go to MEPS and then ship off. So I'm kind of, I was not expecting that, but now with the COVID going on, now I've got to do that. So I'm kind of nervous just because obviously I wasn't expecting to do it, and now I am. So it'll be fun though. I think it'll be, I get to go back to MEPS again, do the hotel again. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, my ship date is May 5th. So May 4th, I got to go to the hotel and then do MEPS early in the morning, May 5th. Excuse me, and then I get shipped out, going to Fort Jackson as a 91 Bravo, baby. So, and I think I won't be back till October. So don't expect a video or anything like that until October, obviously simply because I'm going to be at basic and I'm not going to be able to do no videos at basic. So it'll be fun. I take that back. I might make another video of my bag that I'm packing to take to MEPS the night before and stuff like that. So I might make that video. It depends. But yeah, this was my MEPS review. If you have any questions or you think I forgot anything or you just want to know something, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a dislike, subscribe. All up to you. But yeah, if you leave a comment, I'll definitely get back with you at least before May 5th. May 4th will be the last time that night I could get back to you, but May 5th, I don't know how much longer I'm going to have my phone while I'm at reception when I get there, so it is what it is. But yeah, this was my MEPS review. Thank you. Later.